guys. So if you haven't noticed, there's no buzzing. I don't know if you guys have watched any of my other videos, but so many people have found me on YouTube and they just think it's hilarious that and genuinely worried about my safety because they think my computer's gonna blow up. It sounds awful. So I took it to Geek Squad and the Geek Squad couldn't even figure it out. So I said, screw it, I'm gonna record on my iPad. So thank you, Apple. I hate Apple, but they're coming to my rescue. So that's about all I can say about that. But I wanted to make a video because I'm getting a lot of the same repetitive questions, which is fine. I mean, they're good questions. They're questions that I asked. A lot of them are questions that I asked when I was looking at Agnes and Dora too. But with my inventory coming tomorrow, I'm going to be super busy selling. And so I wanted to make a video addressing a lot of those questions. So if you do want to become a rep, hopefully I'll answer those questions for you and we're good to go. So I have about 15 that I went back through all the people that have asked for more information about Agnes and Dora. I just went back through and just copy pasted all the questions that were commonly asked, and I'm going to go through them right now. So the first question / concern, and I'm actually going to back up really quick because like 80 to 85% of the people that actually message me or find me or email me from YouTube where you're watching this are people that are in the Luau Queue and it's so strange because I swear everybody's like almost sending the exact same message. Hey Jill, I found you on YouTube. I have a few questions for you. I'm in the Luau Queue, but something just doesn't feel right and I stumbled on Agnes and Dora and I absolutely love it. And then the rest is history. I haven't had a single person not end up coming to Agnes and Dora after we've talked. And that's not because I convince people. I don't convince people because I don't want to convince people to sell something. I want to answer questions and I want them to pick what's best for them. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to be answering your questions based on what I know and how I feel. And then from that point, you just really have to make a decision on what's best for you. So like I said, about 80 to 85% of the people that are finding me are because they're in the Luau Queue and they just don't feel like it's a right fit. Like something's off, something's weird. They don't feel like, they just feel like there's something, like some red flag is being waved. So if you're getting that, it's probably just listen to it. Okay. All right, so I addressed this first one in my other video. The biggest thing for me in making this decision, which I actually was never interested in Luau, and that's just my personal decision, because overall, I just wasn't flattered by the clothing. It just wasn't something that I was excited about, so I couldn't sell it, so for that reason, I never researched it. But the one thing that I did know is that the inventory levels with Luau is so astronomical and just, there's no, it's awful. I just don't know how else to put it. Yeah, you don't have the control with your inventory. So when people are asking me how we get our inventory or if we can pick our inventory, the answer is yes. Like Agnes and Dora, you can literally go in onto the website and pick out a shirt style in the color, in the size that you want. With Luau, you have to, you don't get a pick down to the color and the size. You get to pick the style and they'll ship it to you. And when you open that box, that's when you get to see the prints and the styles, or the prints and the colors. Luau, Agnes and Dora, I know exactly what's coming to me. So I know I can pick out, my customers are loving these. I can order a bunch of these, I can't do that with Luau. So that was one of the biggest things. And that will put essentially more money in your pocket instead of on a hanger, just collecting dust, okay? So the second one, how long did it take to get your inventory in? For me, I was quoted 3 to 5 weeks, and tomorrow I get my inventory, and it's going to be 5 weeks to the day. I paid where I get my inventory. Right now, they're quoting about 6 to 8 weeks before they halted onboarding. Now, depending on when you watch this, most likely, I mean, obviously today, if you're watching it the day I loaded, they did halt onboarding temporarily. So just message me. I'm sure the onboarding has most likely changed, and they are onboarding right now. But yeah, so just ask me. But currently, like today, what's the date? November 28th, 2016. Don't quote me. They have a halt on onboarding. They're sending out emails right now to those in the wait list about onboarding specifics, so they're working really hard on getting it open back up. The reason that they halted it is just because they wanted to make sure, like, Agnes and Dora is all about quality versus quantity. They don't want to just onboard reps to onboard reps. They want to be able to onboard and support the reps that they have before they onboard more. So that's a really, really good thing. Like, they're growing properly. They're growing the correct way. They're growing a little bit slower so that they can, I mean, that's just good business. So that's a really, really good thing. So right now there's a wait list, but it's not really a list. You're just getting your name into a database where when they're ready to onboard, they'll just send you the email on information about it, and then you can submit at that time. So right now there's not really, I don't really know how to answer that question, especially since it's going to be up forever. And yeah, just message me about how long the wait is. I just wasted about 2 minutes of your time. Anyways, so any tips of what you did to start would help as far as what you did while you waited. So this is actually one of the big things. I came from a previous company to Agnes and Dora, and I was really successful in that company. I had a team of thousands of distributors underneath me. And the one thing I know is that when people get started in a company, they have the same questions over and over on how to get started. So I knew when I came over to Agnes and Dora that everything that I was going to be going through, all the questions that I was going to be asking, everything that I was going to have to set up were things that people that were going to join me were going to have the same questions on. So as I went through it, I started to just make a list of everything, and I created a document, essentially like a how-to document, get started. So once you get started, I'll send you that. So while you wait for your kit, it's just a step-by-step like roadmap. Do this, 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 do this. This is what I would suggest. Don't do this. That type of stuff. I know Agnes and Dora, one of the things that they halted onboarding for was so that they could get a more, I don't know what you'd call it, a better training system or onboarding process ready to go. So what they come out with, I have no idea, but I do have something myself to just walk people through exactly what I went through when I onboarded myself. So that, as far as like what to get, hangers, shipping supplies, rolling racks, that type of stuff, whatever, that is all in there. You don't have to worry about that. How much profit do you take in as far as percent goes? Oh, as far as percent goes for each item that you sell. What are the wholesale prices for the retail versus the retail prices? So the whole here, this is a little baby version, but these are the prices currently. So these are the retail prices. You just take half of that, and that's wholesale. So we buy it for half of this price, and this is what we sell for. So it's 100% markup. And depending, like, for how much you profit, it totally depends. Because you can, when you onboard reps, when people want to join your team, and you start referring people, you actually earn between $350 and $500 per rep in inventory credit. So you can actually get free inventory. So depending on how many people join your team, you could potentially be running your entire business on 100% profit. Does that make sense? Yes, it makes sense. I hope it makes sense. So if it doesn't, just let me know. But, and that's where I'm at right now. I've had enough people to join me where I don't have to pay for any of my inventory. Once those credits pay out, of course, it takes them a while to actually pay those out. And by a while, I mean 30 days after their kit ships. So that's where I'm at. So I'm like hopefully being able, or going to be profiting almost like 100% past my obvious initial inventory purchase that I had. So, yeah, it really varies. I think 30, I've seen 30%. So of course you pay 50%. So of that 50% that's left over, 30% a lot of people put back into inventory, and I don't know what they do with the other 10 and 10, 20%. But again, it would be, I guess, what you're wanting, like what your financial situation is, how big you want to grow your inventory, how deep, how quickly. Like right now, I'm going to be putting 100% of my profits back into building my inventory deep and wide so that I have enough to, I don't know, that's just what I chose to do. So you can grow it a little bit slower if you want and take an income from the beginning, but I don't need to take an income right away. So that's just what I chose to do. So there's tons of different ways, and everybody takes a different amount, I'm sure, in their profits. So next one, could you break down the startup package for me, price, and what comes with it? How many pieces? Yes. Okay, so I printed these off. They're not pretty. Okay, we'll start with the gold. So there's two kits, the gold, which is $3,500, and the platinum, which is $5,000. The gold, this is, again, just an example invoice of somebody that I just saw. This is what you will kind of get, so you can kind of get an idea of what you'll get. So these are the items. This is what you pay cost for. So it's a $3,500 kit, the gold kit. Quantity, so this is how many you're getting of each thing. So like the tops, you're going to get a lot of, and the leggings. Those are going to be the big ones. So you're getting about 238 pieces plus the 16 free leggings. So you're getting about 254. Is that backwards for you guys? I'm really good at reading backwards apparently. So 254 approximate pieces come in the gold kit. So the platinum kit, this is what the platinum kit looks like. Again, this is just an idea. It's not exact. This is the price, what you're getting, and then how many of each, okay? Again, you're getting a lot of leggings, some kids' leggings, tunics, and then some more of like the basics that are big sellers. So 344 items come in that kit, plus your free leggings that you get. So about 360. So you're almost getting 100 more pieces with the platinum versus the gold. You also get like business cards, shopping bags, also in your kit. Can't remember what else. Maybe I should probably have written that down. But those are the big things. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Are there prints that are limited edition? The way I took that was, are there exclusive prints? So yes, Agnes and Dora now does have exclusive prints. We don't have like an X amount of pieces that are cut in any certain thing like Luau does. You can view that as a pro or a con, depending on how you look at it, I guess. To me, I don't take it as a con because I see countless comments about how it's almost like a bloodbath in Luau because people are like fighting over their unicorns and they can't find stuff, or if it gets ruined, then it's your SOL because that's the only one that was ever made in it, you know? So people are just very pleasantly surprised that they can find pretty much what they want with Agnes and Dora, and they don't have to hunt for it or fight over it. It's just created a community that I don't think a lot of people want to be a part of. Yes, it's created demand and a cult following, as they call it, but I think long term it might start to negatively affect them, as I'm kind of seeing based on some comments. So, can you order as many as you want of a specific style and print? Yes and no. So, again, I haven't yet participated in one, but from watching others and asking around and like seeing the comments and stuff, when we launch, so we have launches every 1 to 2 weeks, they will upload into and they'll let us know what they're launching. So launches either contain restock items or new items. So what happens is they will give you like limitations on what you can and can't go, or what you can go in and purchase. So for an example, you can go in and you can buy, they'll let you buy one